Bada bang, bada boom. Guillotine Geek signing back in. Let's go. We got some Geeks visions. Lock in. We got a UFC fight night going down at the Apex in Vegas. We got Blachowicz and Rakić. They're going at it. Number one contender fight? Probably. Let's do it from the bottom to the top. All right, first fight of the night. We got Nick Maximov coming out of the Nate Diaz Academy. You know how they all talk. Part of the gang. Versus Andre Petrosky, 7-1. Maximov's 8-0, by the way. Petrosky's another guy that you're very familiar with if you're a tough fan. Comes out on tough, big favorite, falls short. We got Maximov on the other hand, comes out in his last couple fights, tough fights. I mean, the strength of opponents is the difference in these two guys. I mean, Maximov comes out and fights some serious opponents in Punahele Soriano. He grapples on the side. He's very active. Petrosky's supposed to be a top-heavy wrestling guy, but just seems like he's been coming up short a little bit, and like his competition just hasn't been the best. So, I mean, in this one, I like Maximov to come out, sniff the nuts early. These guys are both going to be looking for each other's nuts. I think Maximov's going to have the stronger scent. I think he's going to be able to win a lot of these grappling positions, win a lot of control time, give me Nick Maximov in this fight. I think it's minus 450, a little too steep for my liking, but I think Nick Maximov gets this one done. What you got, Goosey?
Yeah, man, looking at this fight, I think the value is with Petrosky. You know, I don't think Maximov should be 4-1 like he is, but I do think Maximov's going to go out and get the dub. You know, two grapplers match up. It does have the potential to get stuck on the feet. In that case, I think Maximov might have the better boxing, but I think these guys are going to stick to what they know, go out there, really test each other's gas tanks. I expect Maximov to have the better cardio. He's been doing jiu-jitsu matches, the grappling matchups. I saw he lost a couple recently, but then I was looking at the guys he lost to. One was like the 2017 no-gi world champion, and he lost by like an armbar in overtime. He lost to another like decision in overtime. So he's going out having good performance in those. And then, you know, those Diaz Academy boys, you know, my prediction, Maximov gets the dub. He gets on the mic after, and we hear a little, yeah, well, I wanted to test the boxing a little bit, but he wanted to grapple, so I had to show him what's up, show him my grappling status in there.
I'm the only one doing this.
You feel the UFC's feeding you to the wolves early, and you're still taking them out.
I'm still taking everybody out.
So where do you see yourself in a year? Like, did you think this
champion?
Yep, these are the facts. I mean, man likes it on the ground. What are we gonna say? Let's move into the next boot. We got Tatsuro Taira coming out against Carlos Candelario. Candelario, the first guy to make it into the UFC from the Contender Series off a loss. We've gone over this, I believe, but his wrestling is okay. Tatsuro, on the other hand, is a grappling wizard. This guy is a prospect and a half. Flying in, this guy has tons of submissions, undefeated. If you look at his amateur record, I think he's got more than 15 fights, all submission victories. This guy is lethal. I think that he's just going to put Carlos in a bad spot, grab a quick sub in this one. I don't think there's much to it. If it gets past the first round and it's not pure domination from Tatsuro, then obviously Carlos is going to be, you know, a great live dog if you want to look at the live lines. But I think Tatsuro is just going to be dominant enough to come out and impose as well. So give me Tatsuro Taira by first round submission. Minus 250 he comes out. I think he's worth it on that one. What do you got, Goose?
Yeah, you know, we broke this fight down, I think, 3 weeks back. And I picked Taira because there are holes in Candelario's ground game, and he's a jiu-jitsu wizard. You know, he's always finding submissions. That being said, or what you said about the live line, I think that is spot on in this one, because these guys made the cut to 125, and then on fight day something happened, and I think Tara pulled out. I think he got sick or something. Candelario, he does have that dog in him. That's why Dana White signed him off a loss on the Contender Series. So given that both of these guys are cutting weight twice in the span of a month down to 125, having more dog in the octagon is definitely going to be helpful in there. Candelario is a big underdog, but that doesn't change that Tiara, he's got that ground game, and I expect him to get a quick sub in this one. So I'm going to go with Tiara, but I'm going to keep an eye on that live line if it gets past the first, and maybe hedge it with Candelario.
100%. Let's move into the next boot. We got some females stepping out. We got Verna Jandaroba against Angela Hill. Angela Hill is 13-11. Jandaroba is 17-3. Now, I've been hearing so many things about this fight, man. I think that Jandaroba is dangerous, man. Like, people want to write her off as like, oh man, she's like barely winning these fights and whatever. Angela Hill barely wins every fight that she's ever won. And you could say the same thing for her losses. Every fight that Angela Hill has is close. So like in a fight where I look at this and I see Angela Hill as the underdog, obviously it's very appealing to me. I'm going to stay away from this one though, because there's a reason Angela Hill's 13-11. And, she's not winning a lot of these performances by standout margin. It's because she just kind of likes to stand and bang and make things get nasty. I think Jandaroba is very much willing and capable to stand there and make it just as dirty as Angela Hill wants it. I think she's got some sting on the end of her punches that nobody really likes to talk about, but I think that she can really hurt Angela Hill. I think that if this goes to the mat, I think that Jandaroba has the clear advantage on the ground. I think Jandaroba is going to win this fight. I mean, yeah, of course it's going to be close. Of course it's going to be close. 29-28, but I'll take the wrestler, the girl that's going to be able to hold some top position. And she's just got more tricks in her bag, if you ask me. I think Angela Hill's got crazy stuff, but doesn't really hurt too many people. So give me Jandaroba to maybe do something crazy, but at least have enough ground position in this bout to take home the W. What do you got, Goose?
Yeah, maybe this is the sucker pick, but I'm going to take Angela Hill at dog money in this one. Breaking it down, obviously the record's not ideal for Angela Hill, but as you said, there are a lot of close matchups, and she's fought definitely the better competition coming into this one. She is that savvy vet in the octagon, and I think she has the skill set to get it done over Verna in this one. She's got pretty slick striking. The output is definitely going to be on the Hill side in this one. And with that 78% takedown defense, I think she's going to be able to keep it standing long enough that the judges give her the nod. This one will likely go to decision. Verna does have more pop in there, but I don't think she has more pop than Amanda Lemos, who Angela Hill just fought and arguably beat. So I think the chin will hold up. She has a good chin. She's going to be able to keep it standing, and I like the output on the feet. Give me Angela Hill at underdog value in this one.
Let's go. We're moving on to the next bout. We've got the menace, Michael Johnson, stepping into the octagon against Alan Patrick. Alan Patrick, man, what are we going to do with this guy? He's here. He's fighting. We'll see if he shows up. This guy pops out about once a year on average. His record's 15-3. He was just out there with Charles do Bronx for that title reign where he splattered Gaethje and ruined a lot of people's nights. But, he's the dog. Alan was out there just sucking energy out of him. So I don't know where I'm really at with Alan Patrick, but I think that he's really good for a lot of takedowns, and I do know that the menace is on his way. So I don't think that the menace is going to have enough sting on a lot of his punches to take out Alan Patrick per se. Obviously he can hit a home run, but I mean, I think that Alan Patrick is just going to pick up and take down Michael Johnson a number of times. I mean, you look back at a lot of Alan Patrick's fights, he's got numbers like 9, 5, 6 takedowns in fights. he knows how to do it. Like, he knows how to get the fight to the ground. The real question is, can he keep it there? And what's his gas tank going to look like in the third round? Because, as bad as Michael Johnson might be looking in his last couple fights, he's still, got the volume to steal rounds. So it's going to be very close. I think Alan Patrick's worth a little underdog snipe here, even though not something I would recommend to anybody. But if I was going to take something in this fight, I would have to take Alan Patrick, but I do not heavily persuade anybody on that decision. Let's go, Goose.
Yeah. I think all I got to say in this one is Michael Johnson, go get it back in blood, big dog. I want to see Alan Patrick laying there at the end of this fight. And I want to see your hand get raised because he tried to pull that sneak shit last time on our boy Mason Jones. He took the easy way out, got the no contest, and he's been sitting on the sidelines ever since. I think, the ground game is definitely going to be to Alan Patrick's strength, but I think he's going to have a hard time getting it to the ground. And I think Michael Johnson's going to come out with a little urgency of an older guy at the end of his career. He hasn't had the best stretch lately, but, he kind of got outpaced by Clay Guida, and that's a tough guy to try and play the cardio game with. I think you go in there, you want to play the cardio game with someone, it's going to be Alan Patrick, someone that you can get tired, wear on that chin, and eventually hit the button. And that's what I think Michael Johnson does in this one. I see him getting the second round knockout.
Bet on that. All right. Michael Johnson making the late career resurgence with the Alan Patrick splatter case. Let's go. I like that. I would not mind if that happened. Let's go to the next boot. We got Viviane Araújo versus Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee is 13-5, Araújo 10-3. Andrea Lee makes me look like an idiot every single time she fights. I'm so tired of fading her. I'm taking Andrea Lee in this fight. She's good, man. She's good. She's got great distance control. Her striking slept on. She showed that she can even wrestle a little bit in her last couple fights. She's well-rounded. She's young. She's just always on the wrong end of my fucking tickets, and I'm tired of it. I'm riding Andrea Lee. I think that I've gotten every single pick I've ever picked about her wrong. So I'm tired of sleeping on it. I'm here. Andrea Lee, let's go. She's going to keep the distance against Araújo. She's going to keep the takedown voided. She's going to keep this standing, and she's going to just piece her up for 3 rounds, and all you're going to hear is that, ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's going to be beautiful, baby. I'm taking Andrea Lee decision. Bank on that. Let's go, Goose.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I am hesitantly going to take Andrea Lee in this one. I think she's found that evolution in her career. She's definitely not the same fighter that was on that losing skid a few back. And I'm going to take her. You mentioned the distance control. She hits good straight shots. She uses her kicks well now. I find Viviane Araújo to be pretty similar to Cynthia Calvillo, who Andrea Lee just beat by TKO corner stoppage after the second round. I think Viviane Araújo is going to have a little bit better of an answer and be able to get this one to decision, but I still see Andrea Lee being able to win. I am hesitantly picking her, though, simply because of the Roxanne Modafferi. The wrestling was back and forth with her and Andrea Lee, and Viviane Araújo had a clear advantage in the grappling department over Roxanne Modafferi. But that was old Andrea Lee. I think new, evolved Andrea Lee is going to be able to use her fight IQ, stay on the outside, and get it done in this one. So that's both of us going with Andrea Lee.
There you go. That must tell you something.